Hello, it's John, the vintage fisherman. I got y'all, if y'all know me, you know these are my favorites. It's a Slosh 20 or SL20SH. I use these a lot for surf casting and for fishing off the pier. But this one is probably going to get used more from pier. And we're going to clean it up. It's dirty inside and out, I'm sure. Parts left over from my last reel I worked on. I ordered bearings for this thing, but with the way my luck's going with bearings here lately, who knows if they're right. I'm about to give up. Every single bearing company out there cannot get their, I almost said a bad word, crap together and sell you something you can use. This one's just nasty. I don't think there's anything functionally wrong with it. It's missing the label on the front. I don't care. Don't care a bit. Oh, gosh. That was awful tight. So was that. Tighter than easily put them from the factory. I have a feeling somebody's been into this thing. I'm interested to see if the centrifugal weights are still in it. It seems like everybody takes them out. I like them in there. I like at least one. I've got one of these things that casts so good. And I really haven't done a lot to it, just casts good. I put bearings in it, that's about it. So you got 6 screws. You can leave the selector on it. I probably have 4 or 5 of these now. I ordered some Boca A7 ceramics for it, for the spool. Generally, the bait caster, especially with a non-level line type bait caster, one that's just meant for casting, you don't have to replace the handle, the main shaft bearings and stuff, unless they're completely shot. But the spool bearings that's where all your cast work is done. You want those working properly and smooth. So I'll usually just order the spool bearings. Save a little bit of money that way. Let's take this off first. Yeah, not a lot to that. There's a shim, that's a spacer. There's a shim up in there. I don't know if I'll be able to get that out or not. Sure has been some pretty weather around here. There we go. Finally got it. It's a tight fit in there. But I haven't been able to do much fishing with my health issues and stuff. I'm stuck here at the house. This trim ring, if you just throw this to like a mid, usually you can slip it out of there. But maybe not on this one. Yeah, we'll take it apart. Take this screw loose on the handle. Handle comes off, then your trim ring can come off. And you pop this through. It needs lubricating anyway, so. And that's the whole cover. It's just dirty. Now over here, it goes like this. Well, this went above that. So you got that. It went above the star. There. Yeah, I think there's a couple there. No, just one. Here's your bearing. Nothing wrong with it. We'll clean it up good. That looks like a shim there, but I don't. Yeah, it is. It's a shim. So say I don't think it is, but it was. And you can pull your main gear off. Maybe. Man, probably should have got some new drag washers for this thing, but what in the devil? What is holding that thing on there? Right there. It's got a burr on it right there. It's always with that handle. Hits that shoulder. There's the two springs. Leave them right there. Okay, John. There's your drag set. And down below that, you've got your cog, and it's got to go back in there the right way. That's the whole drag. I mean, it's got a heck of a drag system, man. I'll give them that. This piece fell out. It's just your jack plate. Then your now pay attention here. There's two shims. They go on the top of that yoke. Don't forget those. Then the yoke can come out and the gear can come out. And then here's your anti-reverse dog. Pull it out. It's got a spring on it, so don't lose that. That spring hooks behind that peg and around the dog. Alright, we'll clean it with the spring on. I think it'll be fine. There's two screws that hold this shaft in. See if I can get them out. Yep, and then there's a bearing. That plate goes with that. There's a bearing in there, and there's also a shim little bitty shim down in there. Don't want to lose that. Bearing, I'd like to get it out of there to wash this. Let's see if we can get up under it and pry it out. It's coming. This is a bearing I would not replace under normal circumstances. This is a 4-bearing reel. It's a little rusty but on the outside, but I think the guts to it are good. Let's give it a spin. Yeah, it's good. We'll clean it up. Same with this bearing. We'll clean it up. Check it out too. It's okay. We'll put some good oil in both of those. See how fast that Boca bearing lube goes down in there? Soaks it right up. All right, this side is done. There's your line, the rod that goes in there to your line to ride over. I'm trying to get my words together here. Remove these 3 screws. The ring can come off if it will. We'll just take the whole cover. And of course, both of the centrifugal weights are gone. Now I got to try to find them. I'll tell you what, my luck with reels here lately has not been good. People taking parts out of them, not putting them back. But I guess it's the way it is with fishing reels. We'll come back to that in just a second. There's a bearing, excuse me. There's a bearing down in there. We can pop the spool out. Maybe. What's going on with it? There it goes. See, it's missing the 2 weights. I only need 1. I like to have at least 1 on there, but there is a keeper down in there to get this bearing out. It holds the bearing. Golly dang. I swear, where's everything at? That is a tough one to get out of there. They put that hard to get to place. And if you don't pay attention, it will go flat. There, I got it. Take that out. I'll put it right. No, it goes over on this side of the reel. You can push that bearing out from the back side. This bearing will get replaced. Let's just see if they gave me the right bearing. Nope. Boca got it wrong. I got 2 reels now. I'm gonna be waiting on bearings. Plus, this one's gonna need parts. Not a happy camper. I can't get nothing done with the bearing issue. Take that out. It's got to pop up, come out this way. Then your retainer comes out. You got a spacer with felt in it. And then your bearing. Now this bearing is right. I have this bearing in that kit. Of course, this is the bearing I won't be able to get out. I'll try putting the there it comes. That bearing I do have. I got 1 out of the 2 bearings right from Boca. And that little shim comes out of there. And then that's ready to be cleaned. I don't know what that other bearing is for. I mean, it doesn't fit. It's not going to fit anywhere in this reel. And this is for a Slosh 20. It's what I ordered it for. And I've run into this so many freaking times from Boca and now Fast Eddie's. It's extremely disheartening. That's not even the right bearing for the handle. You know, it's like, it's just a useless bearing. I got a whole bunch of bearings here somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. Whole container full of bearings. There they are back there. About ready to lose everything off the workbench. Let's see if I had an extra one in there. That's 2. That's not right. There's a handle bearing. No. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Let's measure it. I don't need that bearing, but $8.99. $8.99. $4.98. $4.98. And thickness $2.98. And I don't know, I just dropped it. See it. I see it. Let me try to get a magnet on it. There we go. What did I say? $4.98? $2.96. $2.97. So there's a new handle bearing. We'll throw that in there. Yeah. So I'm going to have to order that bearing right there. I don't think these are right. These are 5x11s. This is a 5x13, 6x13. Goodness gracious, folks. I'll be back when I get it cleaned up and get some bearings for it. Well, good morning, or whatever it is where you're at. Had to make a decision on this Slosh 20 here. It's going to be a minute or two before I get this one bearing in. Ordered one from Boca. I found a A7 ceramic, and I should have it in. It's probably going to take a week and a half. That's what it usually takes. But I dug through my bearings. I had a brand new bearing for the handle shaft, so I'll go ahead and replace that. We'll keep this for prosperity. I got the right bearing for the other side of the spool, so we'll keep that one. And I got the other bearing for the handle shaft. A little small bearing goes down there. I'm leaving the seals in those. This one here, for the spool shaft, I always pick at least one of the seals out. So let's get this seal out of that bad boy. Seals tend to slow bearings down a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Since I'm going to use this on the surf, I'm going to leave at least one seal in it. So with that said, let's put this thing back together. I also found a set of drag washers. These were in really bad shape. I'm going to keep them, but I found this set. Let's see if it's right. These were used. Because I may use this in the surf. I may need a decent drag for it. You know, so let's see what we got in here. These look like the right ones. One of them's got an ear in it. I'm not sure why, but these are the right. They appear to be the right ones. That's got a little bit bigger center hole in it. And this one's got the ears, but I could cut them off. None of these have ears on them. And see, that one looks different because the center hole's smaller on that one. What's going on with that? But it fits. It'll be all right. And then it's got this solid washer, which is kind of odd. So all these are going to go back in a bag. We'll keep those. I guess I could substitute one of these for this one. We'll try it. We'll hang on to this. We'll see how it does. So let's put it together. This little hockey puck, little brass piece goes down in there. And what I meant to say too is I can take this reel back apart pretty easily to fix it. And this bearing goes in. And let's just find something to push it in there with. This piece here has a felt seal on it. And honestly, that might slow that bearing down a little bit. I might pick that out. Yeah, we'll take that out of there. We'll put that with the... I don't think I'm going to need that. Is that sealed? See, the other bearing wasn't sealed. Well, I guess it was. I'm not sure why they had that in there. Well, that bearing may not work. Was it thicker than the other one? Golly. This is fun. Oh, me. Let's try to get it back out. It may not come out. It was in there good. I might be making another decision about this thing. It's always fun when you start modifying reels and you get into stuff like this. I'm not going to put that back in there. It's not going to fit. Unless I don't have that pushed down all the way. Let's try one more time. No, it's in there all the way. It's got to go in there. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I was thinking there was a snap ring in there that held that in place. There is not. So, pardon my ignorance. I remember this one has a keeper that goes over top of it. So we're good. We will give that a little drop of fast oil in there. And it gets this keeper, slips down in here. And then your clicker actually goes in on this reel. You got to put it back in like this and slip it down over top of the pointer on the clicker. And then there's one screw that holds all that in. And my fingers are not going to get that in there. That's a really tough little fit right there. They almost don't give you enough room to get that back in. If you dip this, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you dent this ring any at all, it will not cast right. It'll sound like a helicopter thumping. Okay, we got that. That should be everything to do with that. Over on this end, this is the bearing I'm going to have to replace. The seal goes back towards the, let's put some oil in that thing. The seal will go back towards the spool. And this is the one I'll have to replace once I get the new ones in. Okay. Let's give ourselves some room here. I'm going to go with the Boca grease in this one. Okay, if you remember, this pinion rides on the yoke. We'll get some grease on that. Yeah. And it slides down over top of those two posts. Just like that. Well, remember those two little shims, you got to put those on first. It doesn't hurt to give just a little bit of grease and smear it around those posts. That allows that thing to change in and out of gear really smoothly. Then the springs can go on. I don't think they'll fall out on me here. You've got a bearing and a little bitty hockey puck that goes down in there. The bearing will go right over top of that, like that. And we'll give the bearing just a little bit of oil. Your handle shaft rides inside of this. Give that some grease. This goes on like that. And there's two screws. One of my favorite little reels, man. I'll tell you what. Hard to beat these things. I mean, I've got some really expensive reels, and it's hard to beat how well these things cast. It really is. All right, next is the anti-reverse dog. And it went in, I believe, like, now that's not right. It had to go in. Okay, it goes like this. Whoops. That will throw you off a little bit. It goes in and hooks underneath there. And when I put the gear in here, I'll have to, well, I can do it right now. Because this goes in first. Like that. You see how it's sitting? And let's get the cowls out. Your first little drag washer, which is more of a friction type washer. It is part of the drag system, but it will go in first. And then your massive gear. This Boca grease is expensive, but I really like it. For a bait caster I'm looking for distance out of and stuff, it doesn't seem to slow the reel down too bad. Not that the crank side of the reel matters a whole hell of a lot, but You want your speed at the spool is what I'm trying to say. But this is nice stuff. The drag system. Just going to try to figure out which way I want to do this. I'm trying something new, you know. We'll try this one in there first. I may not like it, but I won't know till I'm fighting something. It might be the fish of a lifetime, which that would suck, wouldn't it? Then you get, so don't follow me on what I'm doing with the drag washers. Normally it'd be felt, keyed, felt, eared, felt, press plate. But we're gonna do it this way. This goes back to there's not a right or wrong way to do any damn thing. Why is that not letting it go on there? There we go. And we'll put this next belt washer in. Yes, I grease them. I don't care what anybody says. I've had people say, hey, you grease. I don't care. You do it your way. I'm not saying your way's wrong. I'm not saying my way's right. Everybody has their own way of doing things. It's a matter of a level of confidence you gain from doing things a certain way. These are brand new drags. And you get this eared washer that the ears will go down into those grooves. And then the last little washer goes on there. We'll grease it up good. That one seems odd, and I'll tell you why. Look at the size of the hole in the middle of that compared to this one. Made a decision, didn't I? Yeah, that one just doesn't look like it would fit in here good. That goes in like that. Now I gotta get the schematic out because this one's a little different. Or is it? Just making sure I get it right here. Ain't no way the bearing's the last thing goes in there. I'm pretty sure the concave convex go in first. They go in opposing each other. And then that brass washer, I think. And you got the seal. Maybe it's the, whoa. Maybe it's the bearing, then the seal. We're going to try that. I don't remember how I took it apart. We'll do it like that. All right, over on this side, I'll use a little bit of blue grease here. You got your eccentric, and that goes in like that. Spring goes up into that little pocket there, and there's a hole in the eccentric, I'm sorry. Oh, before I put that on, put your front trim on there, because once you get that on there, it's kind of hard on some of these to get them to work. That will go on like that. And it's got this screw with a star washer on it. And then we got the cap. This goes in like this. That's your little tension shim. This is your spool tension knob, spool center knob, whatever you want to call it. That's done. Now, I hope I got that stack in there right. If not, I'll do a correction video when I go to put the new bearing in. And I think that goes up. You got to get that knob into that groove. So let's see what happens here. Not even close. Can't see in there. May not be too far off. No, it's pretty far off. Oh shit, that's too far. Come back. I don't know what to tell you about getting it lined up. You just gotta kind of play with it. That's not in there right. It's up above it. Good grief, come on. What the heck happened? Yeah, that went below it actually. Let's put it back about right there. Shoot. It slides too far. I think I might have it right there. I'll do a... Okay, I think we got it. Yes, I got it. And put screws in. You got two button heads that go down here, 4 countersunks that go up here. So when I go to put the other bearing in, I think I can just take it down to this point right here. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay. Well, that's smooth. I keep keep dropping the bearing out of it. Let's fix that real quick. A little bit of grease on that shaft. Everything's slick. I got everything oiled up real good. All right, I'm going to have to come up with a way to hold it here. All right, we'll come back to the rest of it here in a minute. So, which is this, and the handle. This is your centrifugal weight. Put that in last. Well, kind of. Let's go ahead and wipe it down a little bit on the inside. The WD-40 really slicks these reels up on the outside. It makes them almost like bead water, to be honest with you. I like it for that reason. Okay. So, your spool, you don't want to put grease up in here, because this spool, it turns on this bearing, but it also, when you're in free spool, it spins on that inside the gear. So you really need to go with a good oil in here. And I need to put and I ordered the centrifugal weights, but I also found I had a weight. So I usually run with one weight. So that we'll see how that does. What that does, it flies out and hits that ring. Okay. So we're going to give those screw bosses there a little bit of grease. This part here can slide down. It's a post. It just slides down in there. That's where your line, when you're thumbing the line on, it goes on there. So not much of a way to get this wrong. We can put a little bit of oil on that. Put this on there with your trim ring. Three screws. So other than the stack, I'm pretty sure I got this thing together right. I'll check that out and I'll correct myself in the next part of the video when I get those bearings in. The problem I got here is I've got other reels to work on, and I'm out of room on my bench here. I've got four reels sitting here waiting on bearings, the right bearings. The bearings have been ordered once. I'm just totally frustrated. I have completely given up on order bearing sets, because I can guarantee if you order a set for a reel, there's one or two bearings that you don't need or you don't have, and it's just a waste of time. So from now on, I'm just going to order the bearing. I'm going to take the reels apart and order the bearings individually for them. Not doing sets anymore. Just a waste of time. All right, let's take some. Okay, let's see how it's. That's with the old bearing in it. That's pretty damn good. It'll be even better with a brand new A7 ceramic. That bearing's got just a little bit of noise in it. It's this inner one. That could be a centrifugal weight too, flying out. Okay. We will get to that. On this end, you got this really heavy washer that goes on there. And then your handle, and you can set this up for a regular handle or a power handle. I do mine like this. If I work on a boat, I might set it to power. But for, I don't know why that's going on crooked like that. There we go. Then you got your little cover that goes on there. Lines up with that screw hole. Nice and smooth. Now let's give this handle some oil here. There we go. Wipe it down. I went to the coast a few weeks ago, and my son fished with me on the pier for king mackerel. Get my words come out of my mouth correctly. And we didn't use this setup. I told him, I said, don't worry about it. I got everything I need for you in the back of the truck. So we took this, I had a Slosh 20 on the truck, and I had my casting special, which is right up here near me, getting ready to get some new bearings. It's a Squall 2 casting special, which has always been a great casting reel, but for some reason, that reel that weekend, I had nothing but troubles with it, and part of it was line, and part of it was it's noisy. The bearings need to be replaced or oiled. I got new Bocas on order for it, but we'll see. This is your rod clamp, which I do use a rod clamp because I use a trigger. And there it is. Let's tighten the drag down, see how it feels. Oh yeah, you go in full lockdown on that drag. Oh, that's not loosening back up much. That's all right. I like it. It's very proportional. Good day. What a drag. Okay. Well, we'll get that bearing in a few days and I'll come back to finish this video up. This is going to make a really good reel for pier use. My extra bearings will go in here. They're not bad. Most of these bearings in here are okay. Well, that one's not. It could probably be made okay. But I keep bearings. Some of them are good bearings. That's a good bearing right there. But I keep every one of them. If it'll still turn, I'll keep it. So I'll be back when I get the bearings in. SL20SH, we call them Slosh 20s. I've got 20s and 30s. I got 4 of these and 1 30. These cast better. The 20 casts better than the 30. But in the equivalent pin, this is a squall. Of course, this has mag control, but the 15, which would be the size of the 30, casts better than the 12s. I don't know why. I got new Bocas on order for that. That's not bad though, but this one doesn't cast very good for some reason. I don't know why. I've got 2 of these reels, so we're gonna fix them both up. I'll be back. This is John. I'm back with this. Oh, that's the wrong reel. Hang on a minute. I got too many projects sitting around. This is a Daiwa C-Line SL20SH, which we call them Slosh 20s. And if you remember, I had to put the old bearing back in it because they sent the wrong one to kit. Boca did for the spool. Well, I just went ahead and ordered one from Boca, and I didn't pitch a fit about it. I know better, and I shouldn't have done it. Don't order kits. Measure your bearings with a sliding caliper. Measurement, and if it's a newer reel, almost all new reels have metric bearings. If it's an older reel made in America, like Shakespeare or Zebco or Penn, it'll be standard. Just switch it from standard to metric and measure and order the bearings. You can go on Boca's site and you can order the bearings by dimension. Roller bearings, you get them sealed ceramic, A5, A7, A3, whatever you're happy with. This comes out. I've already put spool on this reel since the last time I was working on it. The bearing that needs to be replaced is this one. It's already got a bunch of grease and stuff on it. I can get to it kind of. We're going to take my special little screwdriver here and get that keeper out. Don't lose it. Watch me lose it. And just pull the bearing. Was there anything wrong with this bearing? Probably not. I didn't spin the reel before I took that bearing out. It spins okay. It's 15-20 seconds. These reels don't have mag control, so one would expect them to spin a little bit further than that. This is this has ceramic balls. It's an ABEX 7, which, in all honesty, doesn't. The ABEC rating is not a big deal in fishing reels. It is and it isn't. Some people get too wrapped up in it, I guess, but that doesn't mean it's going to spin faster than an A3. Honestly, it doesn't. All right, so we got that bearing in there. It's not a sealed bearing. I couldn't find one that size with ceramic balls, and I know you're not supposed to lubricate brand new bearings, but I am, so take me to court. I don't care. That's how I roll. There we go. That's all you got to do is change that inner bearing. I'll keep that bearing. There is nothing wrong with it. It was spinning good. I just wanted something new. This has turned into a project also. And I've got 4 other bait casters over here that I have decided to upgrade bearings in. And I've already done one of them, actually. And I'm going with A7's ceramics. So, all right. That's perfect. Let's see how it spins. Not great. Not horrible either. I don't see any real super change over this bearing. Just gonna say it. This bearing somehow got grease in it. Grease was never put in that bearing, but okay. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's better than it was. It will go into my gear bag for the coast. So that's the end of that project. This is John, Vintage Fisherman. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and take a kid fishing. Take a kid pier fishing. You talk about fun. And you don't have to worry about casting so much. Just get between the pylons, you know, the poles that go into the water. So when he or she drops the line over, they don't go straight into the pole and get hung up. Get between them, just drop a line straight over the side of the pier, catch you a fish. That's all you got to do. Talk to you later.